Previously on Of Swords and Spurs.
This was all not according to plan. Your hot-headed leader, Eliza, is lying dead next to you.
Holy shit! We've been set up! These ain't no bruisers! That's the damn Aurum Dominion! We're fucked!
Former members of your gang lie face down on the floor, several bullet holes riddling their body like Swiss cheese. It was simple. Bring you to a remote location, get you on board a train under the illusion that there was loot, and then we pick you off one by one. By the time the train stops, your gang will be as dead as the corpses that litter the boxcars. What are you going to do about your campsite, your home? The Dustfang had a dedicated campsite that you haven't thought about until now. It's going to be a bit of a ride away, but that's where the remainder of your gang savings and loot were stored. This might be it. This might be over for the Dustfang. You're going to have to start from scratch now. Finn, being in this outlaw gang has given you this sensation of joy, this feeling of purpose within you. And there's one thought that has rarely struck your mind. Death. Got Waste and Veil syndrome, kid. It's fatal. You're dying.
Of swords and spurs, when the sand is dry and the sun's a curse, things are only getting worse in the land of swords and spurs. It's dust fangs and roving gangs, it's dangerous to cut your bangs, 'cause bangs out west mean bullets on the way. Against goblins, curs, and carnivores, these shooters don't use silencers, 'cause graves ain't silent when the monsters play. They tear up the rules they write, they punctuate with dynamite. They're swordy and they're spurry, getting hairy, better hurry in a flurry. Swords and Spurs.
Homecoming. We see a setting grayish sun that kind of slowly slips behind the vast open desert plains of the Dust Vale frontier. As we pan down, we see a line of horses trotting at a reasonable pace. Sebastian, Mr. Henderson, and Silas. Who would be leading? Finn is going to be kind of taking up the rear, as it were.
Not it.
Silas would normally take point, because I'm also urgently trying to get back to the camp. That's one thing I'm very adamant about.
For sure. The thoughts of possible outcomes is racing through your head. You are trying to prepare yourself for the idea that you guys are it. But there is some hope within you that maybe one or two more members from the gang didn't bite the dust along with the rest of you. You didn't have time to check everyone's bodies or count horses, so it's possible that this could be a reconvene area for you. But it's also home. This is home for a lot of you guys, and while the location of home has changed numerous times, the familiar colorized tents, chuck wagons, stew pots, the lingering odor of cooked stew and unwashed armpits, and numerous bodily fluids kind of wafting through the air. That is home. This is life in the frontier. This is life out on your own. These are the sights, sounds, and scents of belonging to you. We see from behind Finn kind of catching up with the group. He must have taken a little bit longer than normal to get his horse saddled up. Mr. Henderson, you've got Frank sat in front of you. He's very tense, and he also reeks of, like, mildew and broccoli. You eventually see some familiar sights that remind you of where your gang last stationed their campsite. And eventually you ride over this sandy hill, like this dune, and you look down into this large open, I don't really know desert terms, but it's almost like like a pit where walls tower around it like canyons. And there is the Dustfang's campsite's imprint.
Oof.
But not the campsite itself. There are fire pit logs that are still there, impressions in the ground where like car bits or tents had been set up, but in the place of your home is what must be 30 to 50 Dominion officers.
Oh, shit.
Plenty of horses as well. Looking down, you can see numerous men conversing, smoking cigars, checking pocket watches, and they are loading up crates.
Okay.
I just want you to know I am fuming right now. There's an anger stirring in Silas right now.
Do we kill them all? We could give Frank the bomb I built last session.
If we're gonna make him suicide bomb it?
I mean, he's got that giant jug of gunpowder. He could roll it down there.
Yeah,
Just
but where's the
explodes.
sacrifice?
Where's the story?
You better be careful, because I think Silas will sneak up and do it himself.
Absolutely. Like, you can see like my hands twitching, and I'm ready just to draw down.
I need everyone to go ahead and make a perception check for me. So Mr. Henderson and Sebastian, you guys are able to trace it. Finn and Silas, the shock of what you're seeing and also the grand scale of everything only being illuminated by the moonlight and the occasional amber glow from a lit cigar kind of throws you off. But Sebastian and Mr. Henderson, you see that they are loading many crates onto a heavily encumbered wagon led by about 4 horses. It's just fixated to where the chasm kind of exits out into the desert. And there is just stacks and stacks of crates and barrels tied together with rope. It's very neatly organized. It is definitely, though, one of several wagons that they have loaded up. There is no telling if there were maybe 1 or 2 other additional wagons that have already been loaded up and rolled off with many of your gang's things, but this one is heavily stacked. So there's definitely items that belonged to you going to this wagon, but it would be all that you'd be able to salvage should you be able to access it. There's also no telling what they have missed while they're poking around in here. You see a few of them kind of off to the center of the open area, getting some rocks and twigs together and starting a little campfire as one of them opens up a large parchment that you assume to be a map and kind of starts analyzing it.
Well, we either kill them all here in the middle of the night or we ambush the wagon. What do you guys think? I bet they got a lot of copper.
Is there any sign of life? I mean, I know we see a bunch of stuff and equipment, but any familiar voices or teammates, gang members we may hear or recognize?
Go ahead and make an investigation check for me.
Oh, I'm terrible at investigation. Oh, net 1.
Oh my god, you got a 0. I can safely say I think that's the first 0 I've ever had rolled in one of my games. Sebastian, you can also... Sebastian, are you proficient in investigation?
Yeah, I'm a +6.
I'm so focused on bloodlust, just to let you know right now. That's probably why I missed it.
I ride up to Silas and I clamp my hand on his shoulder just to kind of all right.
That's absolutely how this goes. Silas's breathing is heavy. Silas, you're not able to tell anything. In your anger, all of these bodies kind of fuse together. But Sebastian, every single one of them is matching in color, scheme, and quality of clothes. Buttoned up vests, white puffy shirts, bow ties, long trench coats of navy blue. All of them wearing the same bowler hats and very finely groomed mustaches.
But there's no companions.
Not that you can see, no. There's a couple of pitched tarps. Maybe there could be some under there tied up, but it's hard to tell from this distance.
I say we firebomb them.
Can Finn send his hawk?
Did we long rest before we headed out?
No, because you need a bedroll.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah,
we had no place to
that's
stay.
Right. Yeah, I have no spell slots, guys. Just letting you know.
Do we sleep and hope they're here in the morning?
Let's sleep directly in their path.
I like your idea. I'll send my hawk over.
I'll like telepathically like link to him to where I can see through his senses.
Cast and your hawk materializes on your arm as you kind of hold it out with your elbow bent, and you give it its orders, and it's like, I'm going in! And it leaps off of your arm, spreads its wings, and dives into the chasm below, and it kind of loops around, looking at the multiple different men who are taking swigs from whiskey bottles that definitely don't belong to them, broken wagon wheels that lie around the ground, open chests full of miscellaneous items that they're packing up. It lands on one of the pitched tarps and like ducks its head underneath. There are two men at a table discussing something. One is standing at the table, planting his hands on it and looking down. The other one is sat on a barrel that he's obviously moved over here to just kind of sit and relax for a second, though you're uncertain how relaxed he is with splinters and hard iron shoving into his ass. One of them goes, I still don't understand what we're doing with all of these things, to be entirely honest. I was under the impression that they were dead. Are we expecting them to come back? The one opposite him goes, Captain doesn't tell me much these days. He said that he has a plan and that this is part of it, so we're loading up everything except for the one. We're taking it into evidence at the embassy. Hopefully we can recover some stolen trinkets or so that these Neanderthals might have pickpocketed and return it to their rightful owners. Further establish our... He pauses for a moment to think of the right word. But just then the flap kind of wavers a bit as another one walks in saying, can one of you blokes please help me get this into the cart? It's rather inconveniently heavy. And they both stand up and go to help him carry this large crate with like a pen fastened in the latch to keep it in place. They start carting it over. You don't see any gang members. You just hear a lot of miscellaneous conversations happening about multiple different topics, some that you kind of wish you weren't privy to.
The heavy crate, could I make a perception check like through my hawk's eyes or whatever to see if like I can tell like what might be in it, like there's any markings on the crate or like something?
Yeah, absolutely, go for it. Taking a look, you can see that it's got like a small little box of bullets. There is like the edge of a bedroll that's kind of poking out from the top. There's also like the sound of jingling inside.
Oh.
There are definitely some valuables in here.
Yeah, definitely must be some valuable stuff in there if he can't even carry it himself.
And anything useful going on down there?
Well, I relay everything he said.
Yeah.
So, how do we want to deal with this?
Well, Jinx.
I mean, that's most of our valuable stuff, so...
You want to head up the road and ambush the cart?
I just look at the group and I say, I don't care what we do as long as we kill them all.
I like that mentality.
Partner, there are about a few dozen of them, I'd say, probably approximately. So if we're going to try to kill them all, we're definitely going to have to split some of them up or funnel them some way.
We could take the captains hostage.
I mean, they all look the same to me, partner. Who the hell are the captains?
And no idea.
I will tell you, sorry, I'll tell you this, partner. They did mention something about waiting on some people to get back, and they presumed they were dead. I imagine they're probably talking about us.
And I'm telling you right now, like, I'm even thinking about shape-shifting, going down there and trying to blend in and get some more intel, but I'm just too... like my PTSD, you know, my background and stuff, it's very much like there's no way I would focus. I'm just afraid that somebody would say something wrong and I would end up shooting somebody in the face.
I'll go with you if you need that help.
You're the last person we're going to send, Mr. Henderson.
I have this guy's self.
Look, partner, and I walk up to you, Mr. Henderson, and like I have a bandana now over my mouth, so like I kind of pull it out a little bit. I don't pull it all the way down, but I pull it out from my face a little bit so you can hear me clearer. I'm like, I second Sebastian on this. There's been too many times we done sent you in somewhere and it went south quicker than quicksand. All right.
I got Frank now, and I wouldn't do anything to risk his well-being.
As much as I want to believe that,
I don't.
and I cough a little bit into my hand, and I'm like, all right, just look. I think we need to go with the ambush on the chest, and if you want to kill some of them, I'm totally there with you, partner. But we need to funnel them some way because I can guarantee where some come from, more will follow.
All right, well then let's go ambush the wagon.
I know we want revenge, which is fine, and I'm for that. But let's have, as much as I don't want to lose the hawk as an advantage, but can we have the hawk follow them while we go ambush the wagon so we know where they are?
The problem with that is I think he can only be about 100 feet away from me. Let me check just to be sure. Never mind. It says nowhere in the newfound familiar thing of any kind of thing that it has to be within 100 feet of me, except for with my telepathic communication. I guess that means I could send him off somewhere to follow him. He can just come back. I just can't tell.
Yeah.
I can't communicate with him once he gets over 100 feet away from me.
So kill everybody on the wagon, take the wagon, bring it back after we long rest, and then kill everybody at the camp.
JP, did you say that it looked like they were going to be there for a little bit, like the people that are there?
I did not specify whether or not it looked like they had planned on staying. All I really described was that right now it looks like they've set up an operation here, and their main prerogative appears to be to pack up and transport the items that were here out of the camp. There's no telling what they'll do once that mission is complete.
If we do it fast, I think we can get them.
Silas, you lead the charge to the wagon.
Yeah, I wanna establish that real quick also that Silas at this point in time is acting like a completely different man than you've known up to this point. But this is not something that you're unfamiliar with. You know when Silas is taking something serious, his composure changes. This is one of those times.
I'm like, you just tell me where I need to point my iron, Finn, and I'll get it done.
Let's get a mile up the road from the wagon, at least, so we don't get come down on by all these people.
Yeah. Let's set a trap. Let's ride up and let's scout for a little area where they're going to come through, and we can either, I don't want to disable the wagon, but...
You don't want to stop it. I can stop it. I can stop it with creation. I'll just burn my last level 2 spell slot, though. But we're going to long rest afterwards, so I don't think it'll matter.
All right. Game plan. Let's go.
You guys kind of turn heel and point your mounts towards where the road leads. Thankfully, you're about a mile out from where your campsite is, right where the road splits left and right. If you wait here for them, assuming they take the road, they have to go here and split off. There's a little road sign that points in different directions, but the names on the post have been worn and slightly damaged. This harsh desert environment does little to nurture wooden fence post, as it would seem. It's just kind of standing as a marker of an attempt at maintaining civilization in this untamed wilderness. You each have a little bit of time to strategize before the wagon comes.
I'm going to knock that sign down and take it down and get it off the road and hide it. Maybe counting if the wagon rolls up and they have to stop for directions.
Make a survival check for me.
Come on. 3. Oh my God.
You are able to kick the signpost over, but anytime you attempt to bury it, a little bit of wind kicks up and blows the sand off of it. It's annoying, but the signpost is at least down.
That's fine.
The road, is it dirt?
Kinda, sorta, yeah.
Almost like a gravel path or some shit.
Is there any water anywhere?
Not within sight, no.
Does anybody have a lot of water on them?
No. We all drink whiskey.
Ah, damn it.
I got a little bit of water skin, but that's about it.
Anybody want to help me bury Frank up to his neck so he can't run away during this?
What?
No.
not the Frank, but for real.
Okay. So my question is, the little bit of water that we have on hand, would it be enough for me to use shape water to make the dirt and the gravel kind of muddy to where if they come down with the wagon, it gets them stuck in the mud?
I got stopping them. I can stop them.
Mr. Anderson, do you have any of that oil left? We can also set up some oil fire traps where...
Well, we don't want to set it on fire.
Well, not the wagon, but pin in, do lines of fire like they used to do on the ground, light it and trap people from running and moving.
That's a good idea.
I'm all out of oil.
I have a spell, Sacred Flame, and it's like flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range to at least like stun them, hopefully. Because I'm assuming since we're ambushing them, we're gonna get an attack of opportunity before.
If you pass your stealth checks, yes.
God.
Same here.
How can I avoid a stealth check with disadvantage?
We should all bury ourselves in the road and pop out.
I do have 10 pounds of oil, by the way.
Hey, here's what I'm thinking: Molotovs.
Do I need to do anything to dig a Frank-size hole?
Or we gag Frank and like use him as the decoy. Is that what you're thinking in the middle of the road?
No.
I think they'll stop and investigate. He'll be fine in the ground and the road.
I guess it would get them off the wagon.
Just to the side of the road. I don't want to being run over or on the way of any pyrotechnics.
I look at Frank and I go, "You dodged a bullet this time, buddy."
He's kind of like pushed his hands together very nervously. He doesn't know what to think. And then he looks over and sees Mr. Henderson just start digging. And Mr.
I come up and wet Willie his ear and make him think that this is another inside joke.
"What are you doing, friend?" And then he kind of goes, "Are you digging those holes for our enemies?"
Yes.
"Well, darn tootin', that's what I figured. We got this, gang." He like pats Sebastian on the back of his leg.
Hey, Frank, how about you help me dig this trench real fast?
He's about to lose all his HP if he pats me again.
Yeah, I push Frank in.
All right, you push him in, and make a survival check so you can kind of guesstimate how much a goblin's body would take to bury up to its head. It comes up just to his elbows.
Good enough. Why don't I start filling it in?
He gets up and he's like, "All right, you need me to start digging from down here?"
No, that's good. I start packing it in so he can't move.
Tell him to count the rocks on that cliff over there.
Yeah, he does. He starts like just kind of count. He starts counting rocks that he can see within range, not noticing that now he is completely buried up to his elbows. And when he tries to point, he realizes he can't move. He's like, "Hey, boss, this is a little tight. I think you may have accidentally got me in here too."
No, you're perfect. Just stay right there and watch and learn.
He's counting like this. He's like 1, 2, C, D, 7,
and Lincoln. All right, that's all the rocks. He kind of stands there every once in a while. He'll like try and jiggle out of place, but he's like, "All right, gee willikers, boys, we're gonna have these fellers on the run as soon as I can reach for my pistol." And you hear him just like rifling around for something you know isn't on him.
So just one more time. Is there any way in which I can disguise myself to where I don't have to roll a disadvantage? I'm just not... I just don't want to not be hidden.
Because it is night, you will have advantage. So Sebastian, you would just roll normally.
Oh, okay, great.
Disguise yourself into a bush.
I think I can distract them, folks. Because remember, I still have the clothes and the suit from that the guy we got off the train.
Perfect.
I can cast disguise self as well.
So what I'll do is I'll just shapeshift into that Imperium dude. I totally forgot his name, but I'll just stand in the road and address these guys and just like try to draw their attention away.
He was like he was on the train.
Yeah, I think you guys are talking about Dorian Graves.
Yeah, Dorian Graves, that's right. The plan is I'm really not going to say anything and address him. I'm just going to kind of like ask and like try to get him, and then you guys can kind of take your surprise flanking positions, and then, you know, when I do my thing, then it's time to take him out.
Gotcha.
All right.
Can we like hear the wagon approaching, or should we set up a little watch to see if we can see down the road?
Where's my hawk at?
Where did you send it?
I am going to make it be the one to notify us when the wagon is coming, and then once the wagon is coming, I'm gonna say like, I'm gonna tell her like, okay, hey, when the wagon is here, I need you to take off toward the camp and make sure you see where they go if they go, which he won't be able to communicate with me at that point, but you know, because it'll be too far away.
You guys all kind of take position. Silas, you disguise yourself as Lieutenant Dorian Graves. You adopt kind of a position. What weapon are you wielding at this point?
I'm just gonna have basically my just guns holstered.
Sure, you've got your guns holstered. You're standing in a very dignified pose, one befitting of a Dominion operative, and especially a Dominion lieutenant. You're very familiar with that kind of pose, and you stand at the ready, observing down the road, and eventually you hear a very loud kia coming from the east. It doesn't take long for you to then hear the very distant sound of hooves trotting.
Yeah, can Finn or anybody relay any information of what's coming from the hawk?
The hawk should still be, like, within close range enough to where it should be able to communicate with me what it sees.
You are relayed the information from the hawk that there is a wagon riding up the road, positively stacked with crates. Sat at the front of the carriage are 2 officers leading the horses, and sitting on top of the carriage, kind of on the sides, hanging off, sat on the crates and such, are about 10 Dominion officers safeguarding this extremely precious cargo. They are rounding a turn, and they'll be reaching the zenith of this hill momentarily, where they will eventually have to stop and then make a split at the crossroads where Lieutenant Dorian Graves, or Silas, is currently standing.
Yikes. That's a lot of guys.
Anyone wanting to hide, now's the time to make that stealth check with advantage.
All right.
Let's do it. Nat 20, let's go.
Where's Frank at?
He's buried just off to the side.
Yeah, he's incapable of making a stealth check, so he does stick out a little bit. But thankfully, Mr. Henderson, Sebastian, and Finn did succeed in their stealth checks. You stand there, Silas. You're at the ready. The drums beat, the horns flare, the violins crescendo, and finally the sound of wheels turning becomes louder, and you can hear muffled. And then finally 2 horses appear within your distance, and they are laboriously dragging this heavy cart behind them, stacked high, full of boxes, barrels, and boys. The 2 at the front of the carriage then see you, and they squint, and they kind of gaze at you, and one of them says, "Oh, who goes that?"
Better say so.
Silas, say something.
I was on mute.
You're good. I thought you were being.
I thought you froze.
I thought you were being like a badass.
Tell me on there, mates. It's darker than a coal mine out here. Who goes there? I've been lost for days.
Will, do you have inspiration?
I do have inspiration.
Okay, I was gonna give it to you because you're doing some great role playing tonight.
You should give it to me.
I'm saving it, Mr. Henderson. I think you're gonna surprise me tonight. I'm saving it. The 2 men leading the cart say, "Is that?" And they hear some muttering, and they go, "What's your badge number?"
Oh, damn.
Act authoritarian.
That's exactly.
Just say something.
Excuse me, gents. You must have me mistaken for a common foot soldier. This is Lieutenant Dorian Graves. What is your name and badge number so I can report you to your superior officer?
Make a deception check for me, with advantage.
Dorian Graves died last week.
Oh, there we go. Thank God.
Okay, awesome. What you hear some muttering amongst them. And then they shout back out, "Officer Finley, badge 76."
All right, and who else is there? Who's ready? I want all your badge numbers, and right up here and talk to me, face to face. A gentleman does not shout.
Oh, bloody hell. Wow, this is going to make a fine end-of-the-year report, isn't it? Eventually, they slow the wagon to a stop. They say, "We're terribly sorry, sir. There seems to be some confusion. Have we done something wrong?"
Yes, I need to take inventory here. I was sent out this way to oversee this entire operation, and I've got lost, but I owe an inventory to the home office immediately.
One of the officers has climbed over the crates to take a look, and with an arched eyebrow, he looks at the carriage driver on your left. The carriage driver, who responded to you as Finley, says, Forgive us, Lieutenant, but we had been informed that you did not survive the train job. We assumed that you would have returned back to Aurum, as was the directive, we believe. It's not that we don't trust you, it does seem a little bit, what's the word, lads? And one of them goes, bully, and another one goes, peculiar, and then what the carriage driver on the right says, suspicious, and Finley goes, yes, that's it, Thomas, suspicious. It's suspicious, Lieutenant.
Where is everybody in position? I got the 2 riders, right? Driver, gun, shotgun. And I see the other people. We're the other soldiers.
Make a perception check for me. I'll tell you exactly how many you can see. It's going to be a lot lower DC now they're right in front of you. Yep, that'll do it. Okay. You can make out about 12 soldiers in general.
Oh, geez.
And 2 horses. Or sorry, 4 horses.
So I'm going to be like, what's your name, soldier? The one that leaned over the crate. Name and badge number. How dare you question me?
Officer Rubin, badge number 44.
Well, Officer Rubin, I'm going to write down your name and I'm going to report you. And then I pull out my pistols and I just start shooting.
Oh, shots.
The first guys.
Jesus.
I need Finn to make a Constitution save with disadvantage for me.
I rolled double 11, says 14.
As Silas pulls out his 2 pistols, Finn, you start coughing relentlessly and gagging.
And you got tuberculosis.
And unfortunately, you guys have lost your surprise round. All of the guards then whip out their pistols, and it's time for a good old shootout, boys and girls. Let's go ahead and roll that initiative, and I'll get you guys over here.
We ain't done yet. Cowpokes, more of Swords and Spurs straight ahead on AltaLoom.
Hello, adventurers. It's me, the narrator, keeper of stories, teller of tales, and occasionally professional snack taste tester. Don't judge me. And you are invited to join my favorite bunch of chaotic heroes in the Untold Archives. They fight monsters, they explore ruins, they are obsessed with cuck chairs? Hey, nobody's perfect. It's live, it's loud, it's full of epic quests, ridiculous decisions, and more plot twists than I have tentacles. And trust me, that's a lot. So grab your dice, grab your snacks, and come hang out with us for the Untold Archives. The laughs are big, the adventures are bigger, and I promise you're gonna have a tentacle-slapping good time. Wink. I'll see you in the archives. Wah, 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 wah.
Hello, I'm Justin Galliani. And for the low price of $0.00, you can take part in an incredible offer being given by So You Want to Be a DM. This podcast has a compilation of incredible episodes that offer insight into all of D&D's many topics, including other TTRPGs. You can find such amazing hits, such as It's Combat, we're Combat 101, fighting 'cause it's combat. And Druid 101. I'm a druid. Monsters 101. We got monsters called. Non-player NPCs character. 101. NPC. And if you're looking for more, So You Want to Be a DM also has a Patreon, and you can find even more content there, available for free members and members who are participating in some of the tiers available. So, check that out.
You set sail on an exploratory trade mission from the English colonies in America, bound for China, following a course around Cape Horn, then striking out across the Pacific, island hopping along the way. After months of sailing around the Cape and then west into the Pacific, in a night of particularly bad storms, your ship ran aground on a reef, causing it to break up. You grabbed onto a piece of drifting wood and clung for dear life. Surprisingly, you survived, washing up on the shore of an unknown, uncharted island. You've got nothing but the clothes on your back and your raw wits to survive. Play Stranded and Alone, a play-by-post campaign with Sage Tommy at startplaying.games.
Howdy gang, it's Andrew who voices Sebastian Blackwell from Of Swords and Spurs. I know you're patiently waiting for our next episode, and in the meantime, I encourage you to check out Sky Bunny TTV, your favorite Warlock main and full-time dice goblin. She's blasting TikTok with hilarious D&D posts with Nat 1 disasters, Nat 20 glory, and chaos in every role. Follow Sky Bunny TTV because who needs Fireball when you've got Eldritch Blast?
If you're a TTRPG creator and you have a business or content you'd like us to help you promote, you can reach out to us at our socials at AltaLoom or contact us at our website, www.altaloom.com. Howdy y'all, JT on the horn here. I wanted to apologize for the lack of an episode last week. If you follow us on social media, we did announce it there, but I'm aware that there are probably either a lot of people who maybe don't follow us or didn't know that we were on social media, so there was no doubt some people left in the dark, and I apologize for that. As you can probably tell by the runtime, this episode took a lot longer to produce than normal, so we kind of had to give it a longer window. That being said, going forward, we are going to be moving from a weekly upload to a bi-weekly upload. So now episodes will be coming out every 2 weeks versus every week. And the reason for this is that the episodes are just a lot longer now. Beforehand, we were trying to condense each episode into about 30 to 40 minutes. And as the sessions went on and the story became bigger, it was a lot harder to sort of make every episode feel like it had a beginning, middle, and end without, feeling like you had gotten an episode that week that just didn't have that much content in it. So now we have moved to about an hour and maybe, some change for every episode length, and that's a lot harder to produce in a weekly time frame. So in an attempt to avoid burnout and ensure that the quality stays consistent, we will be moving to a bi-weekly upload schedule for now. Hopefully in the future that may change, but for the time being, that is the decision. I hope you guys understand, and I hope that what we do release manages to meet your expectations. We've got some stuff coming up that I'm really excited for, and I really want to take a minute to just thank everyone who is listening, and I hope you've been enjoying Of Swords and Spurs. This campaign has kind of grown beyond our expectations, and we're really excited with what we've come up with, and I think the story going forward is just going to keep building and building, and I'm really excited for what's in store. Pretty soon we'll be hitting the halfway mark, so make sure to saddle up, because the ride ahead is crazy. If you guys have been enjoying the series, please let us know and share it with other people. We're trying to get the word out more and get this in front of more audience members, so any help that you can provide would be really appreciated. Anyway, we've got a hell of a crazy episode to get back to, so let's go ahead and do that. Thank you guys. Love you all.
Hold on to your hats. The adventure's back with Of Swords and Spurs on AltaLoom.
Stop that wagon.
Could I shout something before we start this?
Yeah, for sure.
Through my hacking, I realize our cover's blown, and I say, "Hey, partner, they start to take off. Blast the fucking wheels. I got a spell. I got a spell that can repair it."
Oh, yeah, Medic. Yeah.
Yep.
We need to kill the horses, too.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Kill 2 of the horses. We got horses.
Okay, so, you guys aren't going to believe this, but Frank is first in the initiative.
He does.
And he is going to wiggle and go, "Boys, I can't reach my gun!" Next in the order is going to be Silas.
Shoot a horse.
Shoot a horse? No, I'm going I'm going to pop the driver.
Oh shit, here we go.
Because I'm going to remember the modified 2-weapon fighting we discussed, right, JT? So,
Right.
And so for my action, I'm going to go ahead and shoot at the driver.
15 actually just misses. You fire and it goes into one of the crates and you see some sort of grain start pouring out of it. The guy you're shooting at just yells, "Blimey!"
And then bonus action.
Yep.
There we go.
That'll do it.
We might be screwed if 15 doesn't hit.
As soon as the coughing starts, the guns are pulled out. A bullet goes clean through Finley's skull, and he splatters blood on the crates and one of the men behind him, who just go, I never. And he just falls off the carriage and face plants into the sand.
I just want you to know while I'm shooting to in Graves' voice, I'm gonna be like, "It's a bloody ambush! It's a bloody ambush, mates!"
Finn, you are next.
You know what? I'm actually going to use my actual revolver for once.
Oh, wow. Alert the church elders.
Gonna be 21 to hit. I'm gonna go for the other driver. 7 points of piercing damage.
Finn, you pull out your gun, you twirl it on your finger, and through your aching muscles, you pull the trigger. You shoot the driver on the right through the shoulder, and he clutches it in pain as blood spurts out.
At least I still got it. Is there any cover anywhere near me?
Not particularly. You would have to get like behind the wagon or something or behind a horse. Other than that, you're in open country.
If that's the case, I'm going to move right here behind this horse.
Quickly run out and slide behind one of the horses. It just goes over top of your head, and you kind of like hold yourself steady, hoping nobody notices you. Next up is going to be the driver, actually, who's going to pull out his revolver and go, "You shot Finley! You're an imposter!" And he is going to go for Silas, and that is a 14, which does not hit. Silas, you shoot down as the bullet whizzes past you, and all it really does is piss you off. He is then going to hop down off the carriage, and that's where he'll stay. And he starts kind of like making a break for it. One of the other guards, the one who climbed over the crates, jumps down and is going to make an animal handling check to kind of start driving the horses.
Can I just be like, Thomas shot Finley. Like, yeah, I'm just trying to cause as much confusion.
Yeah, absolutely. Make a performance check for me.
He shot Finley. He just tried to kill me. Stop him. Oh, terrible performance.
They're not convinced. He gains control of the cart. It gets ready to start moving. You guys have until the start of the next round to get this guy, otherwise the cart's set in motion. Next up is going to be this guy back here. He's going to see Sebastian and Mr. Henderson coming out. He's going to take a shot at Sebastian first. It's a 21 to hit, and he deals 11 points of piercing damage. He says, "They're coming in from the west!" He then clamors and kind of tries to get in a better position. Next up is going to be Mr. Henderson.
All right. Would it be an action to drink a potion?
What potion are you drinking?
The snake oil.
I will say that'll take an action because it's snake oil.
I'll do it anyway. I can get right up to him. Maybe an extra 5 feet right there. I'll drink the snake oil and see what it does.
You reach into your pocket, you pull out this bottle, which on the warped wrapper says, Phineas V. Scamper's snake oil. You pop the cork off, you take a swig, and I need you to go ahead and roll a D100.
Oh shit, that's that wild magic surge thing, ain't it?
88. Hey, there we go. That's a good one.
Everybody dies.
Yeah. Wagon catches on fire.
Well, I wanted to get next to him just in case there's like fireballs centered up me.
You run up. Here's the thing, okay?
Okay.
I am looking at 2 different wild magic tables, and I want you to tell me what 88 sounds more appealing to you.
Okay.
You can either cast Fly on a random creature within 60 feet, or Toxic Puzzles can explode from your body. Creatures within 5 feet take 3d10 acid damage, and for the next 1d6 days, you have disadvantage on all your charisma checks.
That one.
Okay.
Yes.
You just start chugging the bottle. This guy right here just goes, "What the hell are you... What is this?" And I need you to go ahead and roll 3d10 as all of a sudden you guys see Mr. Henderson, like Polka Dot Man in the Suicide Squad, like bulging different parts of his bodies like something is trying to escape. He becomes like, gets like these massive warts that kind of bubble and...
Eye of the plague.
You didn't consume him. And Mr. Henderson, you just start warbling towards them with your arms flailing, and it's quite imposing as the one you're running towards just goes. You guys just see a burst of this bright, this mucus-colored fluid that just showers the man in front of him and the side of the cart. The wood on the side of the cart starts to burn a little bit and deteriorate. And the man right in front of you is covered in this acid and just melts away. Pieces of his body just absolutely phased off of him, and this acidic spread throughout his skin, and he just dies horrendously as all the men around him are horrified.
Is he near the other guy? Just out of curiosity, you said
he's just out of reach.
Damn. All right. Fear or Constitution checks. I'm just kidding for the rest of them.
Oh yeah, that's right. Go ahead and roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Okay, for the next 4 days, you have disadvantage on all of your charisma checks as you those pustules that formed in your skin are now saggy. Yeah, you look kind of gross. So this guy up here is gonna see that happen and run and take a shot at you, just horrified at what kind of beast you must be. And he hits you with a 12, so he just makes it, and he deals 8 points of piercing damage, firing into you. This guy who is also going to take a shot at Mr. Henderson.
What about Sebastian?
Yeah, you forgot Sebastian.
I am so sorry, guys. I'm the worst DM. I totally missed it. Sebastian, you are up next. Go ahead.
Sebastian, feeling forgotten, runs up to the horse above Finn, and he grabs the reins above Finn's head and is like, "Hey, what the fucker is going on with you?"
Don't worry about that. Just shoot him at somebody.
He flings his gun up and shoots at the guy right in front of Mr. Henderson.
Oh, you
I just face palm.
I think I have inspiration.
Okay, that still unfortunately just comes shy of the mark.
I'm gonna use the Shield of Faith bonus action.
Okay.
Well, I'm just gonna give it to me because I got hit pretty hard. The +2 to my AP.
Okay, so that brings you to a 16. Okay, you put that over yourself, and this aura sort of glows around you and kind of forms almost like these gold arcanic images of armor around you with a noble family symbol on the chest piece. Okay, so this guard is going to go for Mr. Henderson. Hits with an 18.
Oh, God.
And deals 10 points of piercing damage with his revolver.
I'm hurt, guys.
Next up is going to be this guy who's also going to go for Mr. Henderson. Also hits an 18.
Holy shit.
And deals 10 points of piercing damage. Oh, boy. Okay.
We're going to have to pull back, boys.
Next up is going to be this guy.
I'm also going to go for Mr. Henderson.
No, actually, this guy does go for Sebastian, and unfortunately, because it's a crit, he does succeed. So he is going to... Oh, shit, he deals 21 points of damage.
Shit.
Next up is going to be this guy back here, and he is going to go for Silas, and hits with a 15.
No.
Deals 7 points of piercing damage. Then this guy back here is going to fire at Mr. Henderson and hits.
Oh, it's an instant kill. It doesn't matter.
It deals 9 points of.
If you roll ones on both of them, wipe you down.
All right, and then this guy up front is also going to go for Silas and hits with a 15.
Good God.
Somebody shoot the barrel on my back.
And deals 8 points of piercing damage.
We might have been a little overconfident here.
All right, Mr. Henderson, as you drop, you notice one thing before your eyes close. Since you failed your survival check, Frank is dug himself out of the hole you dug him in by now. And he is going to...
Go get me up, buddy.
He's going to go up to you, and he's going to try and stabilize you.
He runs away.
It's a 19. All right, Mr. Henderson, you return to 1 HP. He's going to use hide as a bonus action, and he's going to try and hide from these motherfuckers, and succeeds. He ducks underneath the cart. At this point, however, it doesn't seem to do much as the cart starts moving. It moves forward. Silas, you see it kind of barreling towards you. Finn, you are shoved out of the way by the horses.
No.
Silas, you are next in the initiative.
I am jumping on the front of the wagon where the driver is.
Fuck yeah.
And I am just both guns blazing.
Just crash the wagon.
That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm gonna take that guy out, and then I'm gonna take control of that wagon and just steer it down the road away from the rest of my gang, because I see them going down. I need to get them out of there. Okay, so what do you need me to make any rolls or anything?
Are you just getting onto the cart?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just step on the front once it starts rolling towards me.
I'm gonna say because the cart is just starting to roll, that we're just gonna use half your movement speed to get you on there.
Okay, that's perfect. And then I'm shooting the driver. 22.
Yep, that'll do it.
14.
Oh yeah, he's dead. You jump on board, and he just goes, "You bloody dog of a bloke!" And then his brains splatter your face and the carriage seat. You take him out, and you kind of shove his body off, and it rolls away into the sand behind you. Finn, you are next.
So is the cart still currently moving?
Yes, not at a very fast speed, but it is currently moving.
I'm going to whisper I'm sorry, and I'm going to aim for the head of one of the horses. Please hit. Fuck. Never mind. It's a 4.
You take a shot. It goes wide of the mark. The horses kind of whinny in response and begin to panic. This guard back here would go for Mr. Henderson, but since he's so beat up, he's actually going to use the dash action to escape.
Well, now we got a runner we got to go kill.
If we can survive the fight, that's what we got to work.
The guard sitting up here is actually going to take a shot at Silas from behind, try and shoot you in the back of the head. Hits with a 17. Oh god, he deals 12 points of piercing damage.
Oh god.
It does not hit you through the skull, but it goes straight through your shoulder, and blood pours out of you. Your heart begins pounding, and your vision starts to gray. Mr. Henderson, you are next.
It's not looking good. I'm gonna get up on there. Can I move this guy off, pull him off?
The dead guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just chuck him down into the dirt.
I know the quick way to end this.
Don't you be a hero, Henderson. Don't you be a hero.
I'm gonna pull out my pistol for the first time.
You go to pull out your pistol, and it's not there.
God dang it. Well.
Yeah, anything like sleep or all your spell slots are gone?
Pretty much. I set the barrel down.
Oh, there's too many valuables on there.
Most of them survived, maybe.
Mr. Henderson, I think if you act crazy enough and show them it's an explosive, maybe they'll all just jump off.
Yeah, that's what I'm
true.
That's what I'm thinking. Intimidation, baby. Intimidation.
I popped the lid of the barrel where there's a bunch of black powder. Remember, boys. Are they intimidated?
Make an intimidation check for me with disadvantage.
All right. I'm going to just roll it twice.
2 of them are not intimidated. The rest of them have the frightened condition. It gives them disability on their ability checks and attack rolls while the source of their fear is within sight, and they cannot willingly move closer to you.
Anderson!
That's right. You move one step, I'll blow us to pieces.
Your crazy shenanigans have worked, and I'm going to give you inspiration.
I look right down the center of the barrel. Then I look longingly back at my friends. Remember me, boys. And I cast heat metal on the caltrops inside of the
oh my god, no.
You've already used your action, unfortunately, for the intimidation.
What?
On the intimidation.
Opening the barrel.
I wasn't going to give you that much of an advantage and let it be a bonus action.
Oh, I take the intimidation back. I didn't want
No!
It's too late.
Too late.
No, we want the intimidation. We don't want you to die.
All right, fine. I hide behind the barrel.
Well, I also have to mention, too, I don't think you understand this. It's not just you that's going to or the bad guys that's caught up in the explosion. Both Frank and Silas are within range. So,
Screw Frank.
Well, this guard was going to shoot you, but he shot wide of the mark as he had disadvantage, so he rolled a 5 in total. Sebastian, I am going to roll your first death save. Okay. Next up is going to be this guy who is going to panic, but he is not intimidated. He just goes, "Oh, you bloody bloke," and he takes out his gun, fires, hits with a 19, shoots you, and you go back down. You just kind of slouch onto the cart. This guy is going to back up. This guy is also going to back up. I accidentally skipped that last guy's turn, but it's too late. But he is going to actually take a shot at Finn.
Uh-oh.
Wait, he rolls with disadvantage, though. Shit. All right, that's a 17.
Yep.
All right, 2d8. That is 14 points of piercing damage. He shoots you clean through.
Ouch.
This guy is also going to shoot for Silas with disadvantage. Rolls a 9. Next up is going to be this guy back here. Also with disadvantage, he is going to go for Finn. Yep, that's a 6. So that one misses.
Thank goodness.
This one is going to shoot Silas, and they're like, "Get off of our wagon, you bloody fool!" And rolls a 4 or a 7. And now we are back at the top of the order with Frank, who is going to run back here. The cart has begun to move a little bit, and he lines up his shot with Mr. Henderson's pistol and misses with an 8. And he goes, "Don't worry, boys, I got this." And it just doesn't, guys, it doesn't even come close.
I never sighted it in.
Yeah, it goes so wide of the mark. It's actually kind of impressive. Silas, you are next.
Yeah, so I'm just going to keep plugging through. So remember, I'm just facing these guys. And like, I'm no kidding, like crawled on the front of the wagon and I'm just like walking through the wagon, just guns blazing, like pop, 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 especially because I see Henderson down. So I'm going to start shooting, making my way to that barrel too. I'm just going to shoot those 2 guys immediately in front of me. And like, I'm just going to make my way to the barrel and be like, "I got you, Henderson."
All right, so go ahead and make those attack rolls for me.
That hit.
On that first guy.
Max damage plus 14. Okay. It's actually very fucking gruesome. And here's the thing, because that 35 points of damage is so much over that max total, let's go ahead and say it gets the guy behind him too.
Let's go.
And they both drop down and flop onto the floor and roll back. Frank just sees these 2 corpses barrel rolling next to him. What are you doing next?
Then I'm just gonna pop that other guy that's right here with that bonus action, second shot.
Comes just short of the mark.
Oh no, really? 15?
Yeah, and you missed it by 1. Fired, and this time the shot completely misses. And now we're up to Finn.
I am going to first see Sebastian down, like next to me. I'll be like, "Don't you die on me, motherfucker!" And I pull out a whiskey and I throw it at him.
Okay, go ahead and roll that 2d4.
7 plus 2, so 9.
Sebastian, you are back and heal for 9 points.
And for my next trick,
let's do it.
First, I'm gonna tell Sebastian for a second. I'm like, "The crazy sons of bitches are trying to blow the damn whole thing up," and I'm going to go look at this one right here and shoot him with my revolver also, or attempt to. 18 to hit.
That hits.
5. What the fuck is my damage rolls?
It looks very cool. Sebastian, you taste whiskey on your lips and you feel like you've woken up from the worst hangover. And as you turn over, you see Finn lining up his shot. And as he gets ready to fire, he sneezes and does not go clean through the head. Instead, gets the guy's ear. Hits him for 5 points of damage. Mr. Henderson, I'm going to go ahead and roll your death save.
It's a 1.
Okay, next up is going to be this guy directly in front of you, Mr. Henderson. He's actually going to use the shove action to shove your barrel off of the cart. He's going to do it with disadvantage, though. With disadvantage, that's actually a 4. So he tries to shove it, but it's way too damn heavy.
My dead body slumped over it.
Yeah, and he's like, "Come on, you bloody big bastard! Put down the jerky!" And he just gives up after a second, and he just thinks, "Oh, bloody hell with this," and he starts moving. Silas, he actually does move. You'll get an opportunity attack on him.
Yes. Oh, come on.
Oh man, nope. It just goes right past him as he runs and catches up with his mates. Sebastian.
The wild couple of minutes there.
Yes,
Sebastian,
very.
1 minute was looking down at Finn, just pissed at him as can be, and the next minute he just felt this like intense pain through his chest almost.
Most certainly,
and
yeah.
Black just kind of goes over his eyes as he, hit basically face first in the sand. But after feeling Finn kind of like run by and like drop the whiskey on top of him, he like comes to and he sits up and he's like, oh my fucking god. There are 5 left though.
That is correct. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, actually 6 left.
Can I use my battle medic action on myself? It just says to tend to a creature within 5 feet of myself.
Yeah, I don't see anything that says that you can't use it on yourself. So yeah, I'll say go for it.
All right, I'll go ahead and use the healer. It's at 8 points. Okay.
8 points. Okay. You quickly patch up your wounds. It's very quick. Your hands are very skilled. You wipe some of the blood and dust off of your clothes and straighten yourself out. You straighten up your coat, and you're back in the fray.
Can I hitch on to the side of the wagon without fully getting in it right now?
Sure, I'll say we'll use half your movement speed to kind of hitch you onto the side of the wagon. You'll be kind of on the edge of the cart.
I just want to dangle there. I don't want to necessarily be in the line of fire.
For sure, yeah. You're just kind of hanging off to the side. Your legs are kind of perched on the cover of the wheel. Next up is going to be this guy back here who's going to shoot for Silas with disadvantage. That's a 6. Next up is going to be this other guy who's going to take a shot at Finn with disadvantage. It's a 14, so that will hit. 7 points of piercing damage.
Ouch.
Another gentleman on the cart. He is going to also shoot for Silas with disadvantage. 10. Then this guy back here, he sees Sebastian and is going to roll with disadvantage to take a shot at him and roll 2 15s, so that is an 18. And this time only deals 5 points of piercing damage. The cart continues to move. Frank and Finn slowly kind of getting away from you guys. We're back at the top of the order. You guys, I would say, have 2 more rounds to get this cart or to get on it before it disappears as the horses begin to pick up speed. Frank is going to move up, and he is going to come out of his stealth to take another shot with Mr. Henderson's pistol, and rolls an 8. It's almost like he's trying. All right, and then he's going to use his bonus action to hide and deals a nat 20 and disappears within the sand. Silas, we're back at you.
So I'm going to go ahead and continue to shoot that guy that's right next to me. And then I'll turn my attention on any others if he survives. There we go.
Fire clean through him. The guy stumbles and falls off the cart and limps. You kind of throw his body as it falls towards you, and you throw it to the side. He tumbled towards you. You ducked down and held him up with your arms and threw, with your guns, and threw him off the side.
Got shot at him. Then I'm gonna turn with my bonus action and shoot. Obviously, the guy I'm just gonna go right here. But I'm gonna yell at those all 5 of those guys, and I'm gonna be like, "Get off my wagon!" And then I'm gonna go and shoot that guy.
Is that a nat?
It's a nat.
All right, 27 damage. We'll do the same thing. Goes through both of these guys. They stumble off of the cart, and now it's just these 3 who are left. And they panic as they hold out their guns, shaking and pointing it at you, Silas. Finn, you are next.
I'm going to use my speed, half my speed, to get up on the wagon.
Yep, you hop up on there.
And I'm going to attempt to shove this guy off.
You do a strength or athletics check. He'll do a strength check.
And oh my god, it's a 6.
Well, he got a 5.
Oh, no fucking way.
Hell
No fucking way, dude.
You shove him. He falls onto the ground and falls right next to Frank.
Where is Frank?
He's hidden.
Oh, so that's why we can't see him on the board.
He's very sneaky.
Okay.
He's being very stealthy. Mr. Henderson, I'm going to go ahead and roll your next death save. Okay. Next up is going to be Sebastian, actually.
Oh my god. Sebastian's tired.
Yeah, I bet.
He feels like he's literally been to hell and back. And so he's decided that he's going to use whatever of his movement that he can to get onto the wagon. Is there any way that I can holster my gun and attach the brass knuckles to my hand and just slug the guy that's the first one right in front of me?
I like that, so I'll allow it.
All right, perfect. Oh.
No.
I decide not to do any of that.
Yeah, what you do is you holster your weapon and you just are like, I say we settle this like gentlemen, and you walk up with your brass knuckles. You do the Henry Cavill Mission Impossible, like flexing your fists, and then you go in for a swing, and the guy like kind of swings out of the way, and you're like, damn it!
I'm unfamiliar with the rules of
fisticuffs.
Fisticuffs.
Yeah. It's not something you've had to do much before. We're gonna have to have a story arc where he'll train to go into a boxing ring.
Let me use my field of faith, but this time I'm going to cut Finn. So he's within range, and I just grab his shoulder because I have to touch them, I think. And he gets a +2 to his AC.
Thanks, partner.
This guy back here is going to go, and he is going to catch up to the wagon, but because of that, Frank gets an opportunity attack on him.
Get him, Frank.
Get him, Frank. Make us proud.
I just want Frank to grab his ankle.
Frank is going to pull out his Bowie knife and just stab him.
Guns aren't his thing.
And he hits with a 16.
Yeah.
And he deals 4 points of piercing damage. So Frank just pulls out a Bowie knife as he gets away, and Frank just like tosses the pistol to the side and just like shanks this Dominion officer, who howls out in pain as the Bowie knife pierces his waist and then pulls back out, and he stumbles forward as blood leaves a trail behind him. He then uses all his movement speed to get onto the cart, and wait a second. No, he doesn't, because he's frightened and can't move closer to the source of his fear. So instead, he's going to go back over here and just try and pop another shot off, this time at Finn. So that one's actually a 13, but that one's a 12, so it misses. So
Let's go. Thank you for that shield.
This one back here, just with Sebastian, who just tried to take a swing at him, is quite offended, rolls to shoot you with his gun, and misses with a 5. He's quite pissed. This one back here is going, what are you blokes doing? Just fucking shoot the bastards! How are they beating us? And he fires at Silas with a 16 and deals, just 4 points of piercing damage.
Don't say damn like that, JT. What the
I know. That was like...
Dude, that was the sound of a disappointed DM thinking he was about to have another player death.
Some dramatic tension.
Do it.
I think by this point, Frank has been left behind in the dust.
No.
The rest of you are on the cart. So Silas, you are next.
Yeah, so I'm going to walk over to Mr. Henderson, and I'm going to just use my bonus action and pop a quick potion of healing into his...
I thought you were going to say you were going to pop a bullet in it, but I was like, don't.
Hey, it's just a grudge long coming.
Yeah, grudge.
I deserve it.
I forgot bonus action for healing. What is it? It's like
bonus action for healing just makes it do the formula. If you use it as an action, it does the full thing.
7.
All right, welcome back, Mr. Henderson.
Oh, thank I'm going to do that, and then while I'm putting the potion in his mouth, I'm just going to pop a shot off of that guy for, like, regular action.
For sure. You, Mr. Henderson, you are being waterboarded with whiskey, and you cough and splutter back to life. That's a 19. That'll do it.
Yeah, I'm going to say I dropped one of my guns when I went for the healing potion, JT, so I only have one gun now, just to let you know.
That makes sense to me. That's good action economy. I like it. But yeah, you shoot him and he drops. As Mr. Henderson coughs to life, and the guy shoots wide of the mark at Sebastian, you just let a round off into his chest, and he stumbles backwards, and he looks up and he goes, "You bloody bastard!" And he falls and face plants into the sand and fumbles away. Finn, you are next up.
I am going to attempt to shoot at this guy. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 hits. Roll me that damage.
All right, 6.
All right.
Dude, my damage rolls have been horrible, dude.
Oh my god, yeah.
When I said I was gonna when I said JT, when I said I was gonna role play it, I didn't mean like this.
I mean, listen, dude. I think that this is just like divine intervention. The dice gods have decided that this story beat is happening. So, you fire into the guy's stomach, and as blood starts to pool in his hands, Mr. Henderson, you slowly regain consciousness and use half your movement speed to kind of stumble back up.
There's only one left.
He's in range, Henderson. Shove him in your barrel and then push him off and blow him up. I'm just kidding.
I should mention there is one guy who is still chasing the cart, so if you push this guy off too and you guys get away, that's going to leave Frank with 2 dudes to deal with.
Oh no, JT, I just want you to know I'm going to take the cart around and we're going to go back and get Frank. He earns that.
Oh, you guys are going to run him over. I gotcha.
I'm going to use Tasha's Hideous Laughter at 2nd level, and I can get both of them.
What's the save on that?
14 Wisdom.
Okay, and will they both have disadvantage? All right, the first guy rolled a 20 and a 6.
Thank God.
Next guy was a 19 and a 4. So yeah, they both, I want you to tell me what you say that just makes them burst out laughing.
I got a joke. I have a joke for you.
What?
What do they call a spy in medieval times?
What?
Surveillance.
Surveillance. There we go. Yeah, sure.
They find this incredibly amusing, and they just drop laughing, like hysterically.
I did it. I did something.
Good job, Mr. Henderson.
I'm sorry. I'm a dad. I have dad jokes.
Bonus, can I reassemble my barrel?
I mean, it hasn't really changed position.
I think I popped the lid off. That was about it.
Yeah, you can put the lid back on with a bonus action.
Oh, okay.
Please put the lid back on.
Sebastian, you witnessed these 2 men laughing at Mr. Henderson's really ridiculous dad joke that he said in Finn's voice. What do you say? What do you do next?
Sebastian's gonna try his hand once again at fisticuff. He's determined that he's
gonna make this work.
And yes, and he's like, how dare you start laughing at me before we've even begun to have a freaking battle? So, hands up, you fool! And he's going to try and hit him with the brass knuckles again.
Hitting a downed man, hitting a guy while he's down.
Like, brass knuckles are one of those things that's definitely very suave, you know. Oh my god!
You got advantage. Hit him again.
Hit him again.
Do it again. Come on. This is the one. I can feel it. Oh my god.
Oh no.
Sebastian is realizing that there are some things in life he just can't get.
I'm wing and a miss. Both times. He's like, dastardly fellow keeps dodging my blows.
Next up is going to be this guy back here who can't do anything because he's laughing, but he's going to remake his save with disadvantage. Rolled a nat 1. Next up is going to be this guy who's going to do the same thing. He nearly dodges a punch and realizes the severity of the situation, and he is no longer laughing. He's actually been quite insulted. Next up, we're going back at the top of the order with Silas. The other guy has been left in the dust, so it's just this one bastard now.
Well, I'm going to tell the boys to finish him up, and I'm going to take control of the wagon, and I'm going to start circling it back around to run over that guy and go pick up Frank.
All right, go ahead and make an animal handling check for me.
I don't have the best animal handling, so here we go. Oh, 18.
Yep, they start turning. Nothing immediate, but they do start turning.
And I'm giving them like, yeah.
Because the wagon takes a minute, it'll take a minute to turn around, but they are moving at quick speed and heeding your command. Finn, we got you next.
I am going to shoot this motherfucker. Wait, he's still down, ain't he? Down. Never mind, I'm not going to shoot him because that'd be disadvantage. I am going to go up to him and attempt to shank him with my dagger. 23.
Yeah, I think that'll do it. Go ahead and roll that damage. You need to beat a 5. What do you know?
I hit a 5.
Sebastian, Mr. Henderson, you watch as Finn pulls a knife out. Sebastian, you want to go for another round of fisticuffs until tiny little Finn runs in and just jabs him right between his eyes with his dagger and pulls it out, breathing heavily.
As soon as I'm breathing deeply, I lift up my bandana and I spit a bloody loogie on his face.
It covers his face and a little bit goes into his gaping mouth. The rest of you guys kind of hold on tight as the cart makes a sudden steer. The boxes in the cart start to topple. You guys are like, no, wait! And you all kind of like hold on to keep things from falling apart and maintain your balance as you've been kind of standing on random boxes. The cart takes about 15 seconds to turn around and ride back to the litter of corpses that you've left in your wake. And as you turn back, you see the one that had gotten away and was continuing to laugh is being stood over by a goblin with a huge bullet hole in the man's head, and the goblin holding a smoking revolver that belongs to Mr. Henderson. And he looks really badass. And then Finn's hawk actually kind of flies back and shits on his shoulder. You guys finally slow the cart down. All of the Dominion officers are dead. However, one of them did get away. He might be going to warn the others. You think to yourselves you might need to get some distance.
Or would my hawk have seen it?
You can ask him.
Hey, partner, where did that guy go?
Why the hell do you think I came back? They're rounding up troops. They're mounting horses. We gotta go.
Shit, hey, they're coming for us. They're all getting on their horses. They're gonna be in here any minute.
All right, Frank, get on here.
Let's ride off into the sunset.
Silas, you slash the reins. Finn, Mr. Henderson, and Sebastian, you guys all kind of find a comfortable seating position amongst the crates and barrels. Frank tries to climb on and join you guys. Do you let him?
Yes.
Okay. You help him up, and he twirls his revolver around his fingers with his dripping wet ear, yells, "Don't fuck with the Dustfang!" And the cart rides off into the rising sun. We're going to transition a little bit later. We see like a shot of a bunch of Dominion officers checking their fallen comrades, and we pan over to miles away where the cart has stopped, and you guys have a minute to check everything that's been looted.
I want to go ahead and start opening this crate, see if there's anything that like I would have owned or something that they got.
Sure.
And a bedroll.
Before Finn does that, I want to like come up to Finn and be like, "Hey, you owe me an explanation. You're not being honest with me."
Well, I don't know what you mean, partner.
What's wrong with you?
Ain't nothing wrong with me, partner. I ride as rain.
Incorrect. You've been coughing more than you usually have, and you don't usually
It's
wear
just a cold, man. It's just a cold. Ain't nothing to it.
Sebastian, make a insight check. And Finn, I want you to make a persuasion or a deception check, but I do not want you to tell us which is which.
It's nat 20.
It looks like he's telling the truth. The only thing is that he's the only one of you guys that is not sweating underneath the rising desert sun, but he seems convinced that he's okay.
No one else thinks it's weird.
Well, I don't understand. What do you mean weird, man? All these people get sickness in damn Dustville frontier, man. You know that. I know that. We remember that time in that town. That lady was like super sick. Everybody freaked out about it. Think it was some disease, and then lo and behold, she came right into the bar, just drinking away, saying that she was right as rain. That's what I am. I'm right as rain, and that's that. And when I say that, like, you hear a bitterness in my voice that I would imagine you haven't heard before, I haven't used before, and there's kind of like a sting to it.
I look at Frank and I say, I've never been sick.
Frank looks at the saggy pustule marks in your body and goes, "I think you've just had your first time, partner."
What are you talking about? I feel great.
That's what's concerning.
I'm kind of like looking around at like Silas and Mr. Henderson, like, am I going crazy, or do I need to push it further? I'm gonna defer to them. Do they want me to push it further?
No, I'm gonna look and be like, guys, we just we made it. All right, let's just nurse up our wounds here, and we'll do this again another day.
I'm gonna look at you, Sebastian, and I'm gonna like look right in your eyes. I'm gonna be like, Sebastian, I'm tired, partner, and I would just go back to do what I'm doing.
That is the one truth that you can discern from this whole thing, is that is something going on with Finn, The only thing that you can tell is that Finn is tired. Very tired. And I feel like that is a common feeling amongst the group at this point. It has been a very taxing past few days, whereas not a week ago, even though things with the gang were in a pretty bad spot, you were together. There was a hope for a future. Luck will change with the seasons. But now you're covered in sweat and bullet holes. You don't know if anyone else has made it out alive, and you feel like deep down, especially Silas, you know that they didn't. You know that this is it. You guys know the Dominion is coming, and they are on your trail. You might be able to buy some time. They don't seem very competent. But you have never spent more time in your life thinking about this one question. How many days do we have left? What does next year look like? Are we going to live? Are we going to be together? Do we want those things separated from each other? Can we live without each other? Can we go back to normal life? Do we want to go back to normal life? What does normal life look like in these circumstances? Eventually it becomes too much, and you readjust your attention to the sound of a barrel lid being popped open. I will tell you guys what you find, and I'll let you divvy it up amongst yourselves after I go through the first round of stuff. Or if you want, we can go one by one and you guys can decide who gets what. What would you prefer?
No matter what, Finn, if he finds something that he feels like thinks he had owned before, and if it's a bedroll, he'll take that. Everything else, he'll just take the bare minimum. He's going to give the rest to everybody else, and he will refuse any extra.
I'll take my fair share, whatever. We can go one by one.
Well, I have good news for you guys. You find not one, not two, but 12 bedrolls.
Let's go.
Cool.
That's
I just bought a bunch for the entire party.
That's a comfy bed tonight.
I look at everybody and it's like judging them if they take these bedrolls versus the one I bought.
You kick it off the wagon. You stuff it in your barrel. The next thing you guys find is a little box that has some heavy, what feel like bullets rolling around inside, and you open it, and these are special bullets that Finnegan made in his spare time, yet he never got to use. He was saving them for a special day. These were his shock bullets. It was a thunder gem that was ground into gunpowder and crafted these cases. Upon a hit, the bullet releases an additional 1d8 lightning damage, and you find, somebody roll a d6 for me.
On it.
You find 2 of those bullets.
Jeez, someone else should have rolled it.
Boys, if you don't mind, I think I'm gonna take these. I'll make them count.
You take them and you slide them into your coat pocket. Next thing you find is Eliza Kane, the leader of your group, who died in front of Finn's very eyes. You find her hat. It's a broad-brimmed, high-crowned hat crafted from leather with a bandana tied around it. The brim curls slightly at the edges, and it gives whoever wears it a +1 to their wisdom modifier.
Is it black?
I need it.
It is black.
I need it.
Okay, you're gonna have
I need it. I need that +1 on my wisdom.
Sebastian just holds it, and then he kind of passes it over to Mr. Henderson.
Mr. Henderson has given you the puppy eyes. Yeah.
I hate to wear our former leader's hat. I don't think anybody should wear it, but I need that. I need that +1.
The next thing that you guys find are just little miscellaneous items. And don't worry, there's more to find that ties to you guys. And I will make sure that you find what's yours. But when it comes to other things that you guys find, you find a worn deck of playing cards. They're dog-eared. A few are missing, replaced with hand-drawn copies. They belonged to Whiskey Wilcox, a gambler in your gang who never lost a game until the train job. You find a blood-stained bandana, once upon a time white, but now splashed with this dark crimson, belonged to Red, your demolitions expert. You find a hand-carved wooden horse. It's roughly whittled, but well cared for. Once belonged to Puny Pete, a young and ambitious mouse man who always talked about earning enough coin to buy his own horse one day. A little tin star with a bullet in it. An old rusted sheriff's badge with a bullet hole in the center. No one knows where it came from, but you kept it as a reminder that the law don't always win. There's a small leather diary that belonged to Sister Mary Jane, a former priest turned outlaw. It contains old prayers at the start, but they're all crossed out, and later on the journal becomes a ledger. There's a rusty harmonica that was shared between me and Mr. Henderson, who said music was the one thing keeping them sane. But there's a little pendant with a locket inside, a little black and white picture inside of a woman and a child. Nobody knows who they were, but somebody in the gang always kept it. There is a scrap of, and this one hurts the most, there's a scrap of a wanted poster. It's torn in half, but what's left shows still a portrait of your gang all together, crudely drawn. Your bounty was around 1,500 gold, and you always said one day you'd triple that number. Now, before I continue on with what each of you find for your own items, I need you all to make a perception check for me.
17.
16.
I'm gonna use my inspiration to roll it again. Oh, jeez. +1 on that is a 10.
You rolled another 7.
Finn, it's appropriate actually. Something dawns on you, and and I assume you share this with the group. Everyone from your gang's stuff is here and noted, but there's one who is not present at all. A gang member named Gustash Gorocha. He was a gnome scholar who rode with you guys. Can't find any traces of his stuff anywhere. Everybody else's personal items are here, but not his. He carried a lot of valuables with him, but his are not present.
Can I roll a history check or something to think, like, maybe, like, what if he might have had something or some kind of information that they might have kept his stuff for some reason?
You know, he's probably the one that betrayed us.
Make a history check with disadvantage for me.
No, that's a nat 1.
No, you can't think of anything that would make them separate his stuff from yours. I mean, like, sure, he kept some nice things with him. Like, he kept some fancy watches, some nice clothes, but, I mean, it's nothing that would require its own separate trip, unless potentially they, like, have a separate wagon that they just slid his stuff into because they couldn't fit it on here. You're not quite sure.
Take a gander around me and see if they could have fit it in here.
Yeah, go ahead and make an investigation check.
16.
They probably could have fit it on here. I mean, this was clearly the last wagon out. I mean, the wagon's pretty tightly packed, but I mean, there's some space. You could probably, like, for fuck's sake, you and Sebastian and Mr. Henderson and Frank were able to fit on this cart. They probably could have stashed his stuff over there. He didn't have a full wardrobe. He didn't have a collection.
I relay this to everybody. I'm like, do y'all remember if he had anything interesting going on, or if he had anything of interest, maybe, or maybe might have known something, or
was he a newer addition to the group?
I wouldn't say he was the newest. He'd been around for a minute, but he hasn't been there since the beginning.
Well, I'm just gonna say that, hey, if we think Gus is still alive, we got to find this guy, get some answers, figure out what's going on, whether he survived or if he knows something.
If all of our comrades' stuff otherwise is mixed in, like the prayer journal is over here, but some of the other stuff that she had was over there, and it's all kind of conglomerated together, and none of his stuff is here, means that, to me, he either got out of town before all this happened, or he had something to do with loading it all up.
Exactly, and that's why we need some answers from him. We got to find him.
Once you guys finish up this conversation, finally, you do enough digging to where you get to the last few crates and barrels, and ironically enough, this is where you begin to find some of your own personal items. We'll start with Mr. Henderson.
Oh, Jesus.
Kind of shoved in like one corner of the crate, there is a torn and tattered poster. It's faded and smeared. It once advertised you, even gave you the title Master of Chicken, Master of Laughter. You never quite felt like you were a headliner in your line of work. You remembered that you still have a name worth making. You then pull out your rusty old flask. On it is engraved with the inscription, "To a man who made us laugh, a friend forever." The inscription is slowly fading away from the years of use. One day, it'll be an ordinary flask, nothing more. And then finally, you find your little notebook of doodles and rantings, pages filled with deranged, nonsensical scrawls, most of which don't make sense. But every now and then, there is a perfectly poetic line about memory. Sebastian, there's not much that you find that belonged to you. You find a little silver pocket watch, and it's perfectly polished as well. And on it is the inscription, "Loyal service to the Walker family." On the inside, it still keeps perfect time. There's also a half-written love letter, unsent, unfinished. It's addressed to somebody whose name starts with a T but trails off after the words, "If things had been different, if we had been..." And the rest of the ink is smudged. Finn, you find a hand-carved wooden spoon. It was your mother's. It's worn down, cracked, but you still hold on to it. It's the only piece of that life that you have left. You find your small jar of dried herbs that you took from Black Hollow before your exile. You never used them, but you never quite brought yourself to throw them away. It's a reminder of the life you wanted. It's just not the life that you got. There's also a torn scrap of a church banner from Black Hollow. You're not sure why you keep it, but you hold on to it as a reminder that what you saw happened. There's also a set of dice with strange symbols that a gambler once gave to you after you correctly foresaw all of the outcomes in a game you two were playing. You don't know what these symbols mean, but you do have a strange feeling about them. And Silas, you find a circus program from ages ago. Features this act called the Rattlespur Brothers, the Masters of Disguise. The ink is faded. The faces of you and your brother are still there smiling. You can't look at it for too long. And then your heart sinks into your stomach when you see a blood-stained military dog tag. Belonged to your brother when you both served in the Gold Flush, a brutal conflict where the Aurum Dominion tried to seize control of the Dustvale frontier through military force. But ragtag militia, frontiersmen, outlaws, and ex-soldiers waged guerrilla warfare to resist their rule. You never wear these dog tags, but you always keep it tucked away. You also have a pair of worn-down dice, chipped and scratched from years of rolling. You and your brother used to use them to decide where you'd go next. Now, whenever you think of him, you roll it. There's also a half-empty bottle of cheap whiskey. Would do 1d4 plus 1 healing. The label's peeled off, but it was the last thing you and your brother drank. It's not about the drink at this point. It's about the both of you. And with that, as a moment of silence kind of wavers around the wagon, Frank, feeling a little left out because he has nothing to find in these crates, we are going to slowly pan up to the sun high in the sky.
Of Swords and Spurs, game mastered by JT Fondren, featuring Alex Arndt as Mr. Henderson, Andrew Bloodworth as Sebastian Blackwell, Joshua Nix as Finran Shortfoot, Will Russell as Silas Rattlespur, Zara Morte as Savannah Black. Theme song composed by Ben Swiven, cover art by Devi Simeon, logo by Kakari Chi. Special thanks to Lady Tiefling, D10 Dimensions, and Galliant Knight Games for their loot tables. Music and sounds used under proper license. Be sure to find us on social media at AltaLoom and leave us a review.
AltaLoom, adventures too big for the table.